Yes, welcome back to another video. This will be continuation of price action study that we began over a week ago, and this will be just a continuation from where we left from. So the notes here are from a previous video about the future of trading with blockchain integration, and you guys should go check that video out. It's amazing of what the future holds for us as traders. The future is so bright; you don't have to worry about anything. Just have to work on yourself, being more disciplined and following the plan. So if you can remember, guys, before I went away last week, I never posted any video because I was so busy, and I promised you guys whenever I get time I'm gonna be doing price action reading with you guys or price action study with you guys, so that you can be able to you know um get familiar or familiarize yourself with how me personally, I do often take trades, and one thing about me is that I barely get my bias wrong. I barely get my bias wrong. 80% of the time, I'm always right. I might only mess out a little bit, with the entries and so on, but 80% of the time, I think maybe 90%, because you guys tell me, when did I ever tell you guys that this market we're dropping and we never dropped? Because I remember I started giving analysis from this point here, and I told you guys that we are likely going to be going lower. But the moment this market started going back higher and tapping this bearish fair value gap which I had marked here, and you see how we displaced above it, I told you guys that now we've changed the situation. We are going higher. We are going to be targeting these highs, and I told you guys, if you're gonna be buying, we were to be looking buys from this area. And remember, last time I checked, last time I did a video, we had this manipulation taking out traders, and a lot of people thought that now we were going down here. And even me at some point, I was like, if you're really going down here, then why are we stopping? It doesn't really make sense. Then the way that candle closed on Tuesday, the manipulation Tuesday, we closed back in, and I was trying to measure in that consequent encroachment of this bullish fair value gap, and I realized that this was just manipulation Tuesday. And actually, guys, like, our next target is looking for buys and target these all-time highs. And as you can see, what happened, we just did that last week, which I did not. I was not in the markets. I was kind of busy, but that happened. Isn't that good? And you guys remember, I've shown you guys even in previous videos how I trade or how I read price. It is based on inefficiencies, liquidity, or targets, and general market structure, like where we're going. Like, even if you're using retail concept, you can see this was like we're creating higher highs. Okay, once you start seeing those higher highs, and you're seeing signs like this inefficiencies being created and being uh, respected and disrespected. Like, this one was respected and this one was disrespected, then definitely you know what's up. So what I can say right now here is that Nasdaq is still going higher. It is still going higher, and unfortunately, we're not really sure until where, because now this is where I usually find challenging trading, when you don't have definite liquidity to spot or liquidity to target. Because as you can see here, we've already taken liquidity up here, and you see price is kind of wanting to go a little bit higher, but I don't really expect it to go even so higher. And given the fact that we lack, maybe let's see, if today ends up, if we end up creating a bullish fair value gap here, daily fair value gap, which is likely to happen, because I expect this candle of today's Monday to close back in. I wouldn't like it to disclose above on Monday. Let it be more of an accumulation stuff. Let it just close in. Then Tuesday we can manipulate the lows as we go higher. But once you create a new PDWA right in there, because right now we're on all-time highs, and we are actually, participating on a premium level. So yes, somebody might say, like, we start selling once it. No, no, no. You can't just do that. We wait for market to give us, a structure that we can trade, because I don't see any fair value gap in here. There's no inefficiency created in here, and that sometimes is not a good sign, because that shows that this market might just want to reverse. There's no, there's no strength here. There's no strength. course, those inefficiencies always give us strength to hold the price. So we might just end up, consolidating here this week. Not really much. Then maybe next week we start dropping. And that being said, I have nothing much to do with Nasdaq. I can't really say anything about Nasdaq right now. We already hit the target. After hitting the target, we have to wait for market to give us structures. Now, the only thing you can do, maybe if you're an intraday trader, is now maybe you can be able to get structures, because still we're still bullish. There's no bearish structure that has been in place. So you can maybe mark this PD arrays, for example, this hourly fair value gap right here, and wait price, how it reacts to it. Then you buy as you go higher. But once we start having lower lows, then that will be a change of directory. But until then, I won't really say anything much about Nasdaq for now. On the other hand, let's talk about gold. Well, remember in our last analysis as well, I told you guys, uh, gold, we were going higher. I think we were around somewhere here. You remember here? And you see, and literally we were targeting all-time highs. If you guys watch my videos, like watch my price action review videos, you'll be able to see all these things happening. I gave the I remember doing this analysis right here, and I told you guys, like, gold is interested, from this point we were coming in low, and once you see the way we respected this bullish daily fair value up here, and we started reversing from it, like we never displaced below it. Okay. And that was a sign that, and which day was it? I think it was on a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday we manipulated the Monday lows, tapped in there, and Wednesday started giving us now expansion or delivery, and that is what has been happening with gold. And as you can see, gold has hit all-time highs. Right now we are on 3,671, and my projection is like we are likely to be hitting 4,000 early next year. I don't really think we're gonna be hitting it this year, but next year we're gonna be hitting 4,000. And just like that, guys, the other, a couple of years back, gold was on 2,000. Right now it's 3,000 heading to 4,000. Imagine people who had held gold and bought gold all down here, all below here. Imagine, and they were just waiting. They definitely, really making a lot of money right now. And for you to be that type of trader, you have to be on the A list, meaning that you're not really worried about losing. Like, you have a lot of money, you have a lot of liquid, you don't even care what happens. You just buy and let it go. You go do other things. Anyway, what's happening with gold here right now is we have also hit all-time highs, and as you can see, there's more of a consolidation in this daily time frame of since last week on Tuesday. And you see it's me just consolidating. So most of the time this consolidation often means like possibly a reversal is likely to take place, because momentum is kind of getting exhausted. But we can't say that not unless we displace below this bullish daily fair value gap. So that being said, that also means that there's no opportunity again on gold. I know it is boring. You're gonna be like, I was wishing to trade. Yes, you can trade, but now maybe on the lower time frames, which is sometimes not really such a great thing to do, because when you don't have a clear direction on higher time frames, then that becomes a challenge. So the only place we're gonna be selling here is when we displace below this bullish daily fair value gap. When we displace aggressively below it, we displace below it, then that will be a sign of us likely going lower, and especially if a newly created bearish fair value gap is created. But that being said, guys, now is the time to operate from short term no time frames, whereby you're gonna be looking for scalps. Okay, there's nothing to hold here, my guys. There's nothing to hold here. This is just looking for short terms as we wait for a clear market structure on what's happening. For short terms, yes. For example, it's still possible, as much as the overall trend is bullish, you can still look for sales. For example, there was this gap here, this inefficiency. As you can see, price came into it, but we still have an up and down here. So I'm expecting price might want to tap into that. But there's this one here. Literally, I don't really expect price to tap into the lower one. Definitely. Let me see. Yeah, because we've already tapped this one, and you see how the way we are respecting it, and we've already taken some liquidity here. So gold, if I would just advise you guys to buy and keep on buying and buying and buying and buying. Yeah, I think that's it on gold. And that being said, I don't really see much going on, with these assets right now. So you guys just be, try to be careful. Don't waste your capital on this markets, especially right now when things are not really looking decisive, and especially on sales. So as of now, you can just set up yourself for buys, and when you're buying, target these highs here. For example, we've already done the damage down here. We've already balanced the equation down there, so maybe you can enter long here and target that high. And yeah, stop loss can be just down here. Just a quick 1 to 2.5. 1 to 2.5 R, yeah. Something like that. So yeah, that's it. And that being said, I don't really have much more to say. Actually, this stop loss can be on this swing low right here, because the damage has been done there. So I don't see any need for price to keep coming for this low here. It has already rebalanced something there, and we target this. That will be around now 1 to 3.5 R. That being said, I think I'm done for right now. And as you can see, also the price action on 5 minutes, you see how price is respecting, is trying to respect that this bullish 5 minutes fair value gap here. So yeah, that is just it. Once you understand the order flow, we're bullish. Just look for inefficiency back down there. And alternatively, you can also use this, let's say this ICT. Oh yeah, you see that. But either way, that's good. So you can buy there and target those highs. So that's it for now, guys. Hope to see you in the next one. And cheers. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that like button. Share with a friend whom feel like needs this channel. And bye for now.